Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here and welcome to X-Plane 11. Today I'm going to take a little look at the Flight Factor A320 Ultimate because they've had a recent update which adds a failures simulation. It's a little bit limited at the present time, they've only simulated a few failures so far, but it's enough to have a bit of fun and it's a pretty cool feature for this already, I feel, very nice aircraft, although it is still in beta, so keep that in mind. So today we are at Arlanda in a Scandinavian A320. The plan, or at least the flight plan, is to fly from here to Norway. Going to land at Oslo Gardermoen. Although we're not going to get anywhere near there because something's going to go wrong, and I'm going to leave that a secret for now, but you'll find out soon enough. So we've completed our startup and our pushback. We've taxied to the active. We're currently on runway 19er. Ooh, what runway are we on? We're on runway 19er left. So 19er left, ready to depart. And I've already programmed up a failure. So we'll see how this goes. Now, of course, the nice thing about the Airbus is that all the emergency checklists are built into the upper ECAM. So it's going to prompt me and tell me exactly what to do, because I'm not I'm not an Airbus pilot. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not an airline pilot or an instructor or anything like that. I'm just a private pilot. So I'm gonna completely rely on the aircraft to tell me what to do, and we'll see how well that's simulated. Because in the real aircraft, it's pretty much totally automatic. You just do what you're told. And yeah, I'm going to see if all of that works nicely in the sim. So anyway, we're on the active runway. I just need to follow the instructions on the ECAM. So auto brake. Oh, that's not the auto brake. Spoilers armed. Auto brake needs to go to maximum. I need to set flaps to 2 because we're doing a flaps 2 takeoff today. And that will be okay. Cabin needs to be checked. This is a new feature, actually. The aircraft now simulates the FAP. I don't exactly know what that stands for, but it's basically the touch screen that the stewards have and stewardesses have access to in the cabin. So they would press a little button saying, "Hey, Captain, the cabin is ready." So they do that, and I then get a green line on here. And then the final thing to do is the takeoff config test. So I press my button, and the aircraft confirms the takeoff configuration is normal. So the aircraft is happy. So let me just do a very quick check. I've got my transponder set up. It's priority above. It's on. Weather radar is on. Both engines are started, and the mode selector is in normal. I think we are good to go. The flight plan is all preloaded. Although, like I said before, we're not going to get a chance to actually use it. Overhead, no white lights, no blue lights, no lights of any kind. External lights are all on. Yeah, I believe the aircraft is configured. So we're going to do a no packs takeoff. So I'm going to turn off packs 1 and 2. And that will give me all the power I could possibly need. And for your information, this is a flex 45 Celsius takeoff that we're doing today. So, parking brake off. On the brakes. Set the chrono, throttles set to 50%. Okay, engine's coming up. T's and P's are all in the green. Okay, off the toe brakes, start rolling, and now let's set the throttle. So I want to get flex, manual flex, there we go. And let's just keep it on the center line. There's just a little bit of a crosswind today, but nothing too bad. And speed is coming up nice and quick. V1, rotate. Okay, there we go. Keep the nose up. And align. So, positive rate. Gear comes up. And let's keep the aircraft pointing the right way. Oh yeah, we're making short work of this takeoff. Okay, lever set to climb, and we begin a left turn. So, there we go, throttle is in climb. And let's just continue following the flight director. We're already at a pretty decent altitude. Let's go flaps 1. And let's go autopilot 1 on. Oh, for some reason it's thinks that we shouldn't be following the flight plan anymore. But anyway, I seem to have convinced it. And let's go flaps up. Disarm the ground spoilers. And let's turn off the runway turn off and nose wheel lights. Packs can come back on. Okay, so we're pretty much, yeah, aircraft is cleaned up. So, we're continuing our departure. And everything looks pretty normal so far. Oh no! Okay, master warning. Let's silence that alarm. Engine 1, fire. Throttle lever 1 to idle. Okay, so I'm going to unlock my left throttle. Pull it back to idle. Okay, that worked. That's now gone. Now, engine 1 master, off. Engine 1 master, confirm this is engine 1. Engine 1 master, off. Engine 1, fire push button. Oh, there we go. We just lost the generator on the left. But the autopilot is still online, although he's taking us... Oh, we've got more master warnings and master cautions. Let's clear those for now. Engine 1, fire push button. Push. Okay, so uncover. Oops. Push it in, and then it pops out. Okay, engine is now disconnected.
Altimeter setting.
Yeah, I hear you. I will pull for standard. Okay, Agent 1, discharge. Okay, Agent 1, discharged. Okay, let's see if the fire light goes out. Would be nice if it would. Please don't be on fire anymore. No, we do still have a fire. ATC. Alright, okay. ATC notify, so we'd call Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Arlanda Tower, Scandinavian 01. We have an engine fire. Okay, we seem to be continuing on a heading. I would really quite like the aircraft to make its way to the VOR. Oh, we should be on lever to maximum continuous. There we go, maximum continuous. Okay, we've notified ATC. Agent 2, discharge. This fire's not going out. That's actually very bad. I tried this one time before, and the fire did go out with the first agent discharge, so this is something a little bit different. Okay, we've discharged both agents, and we're still indicating fire. This is very bad. This didn't happen the last time. Okay, so green engine 1 pump off. So confirm, hydraulics, engine 1 pump, green system off. Okay, ATC's been notified. Engine 1 shut down. Engine mode selector goes to ignition. There. Ignition. If no fuel leak, turn on the cross feed and close the cross bleed. Okay, so fuel. Fuel cross feed on. And air system cross bleed shut. Okay. Avoid icing conditions. Okay, this is all done now, so we can clear that. Yep. Green system pump off. Clear. Engine 1 shut down. Clear. Okay, we now have a clear ECAM. It's also telling us about the electricity. The electrical systems. We've lost generator 1, and the galley has been shed, so no more coffee for us. Bleed system. Left bleed system is off. Okay, confirm that. Okay, and it's warning us about the brakes, although I don't see any messages about the brakes here. Clear. Okay, we now have the status page. So approach speed, VREF plus 5, so we need to approach a little bit faster. We don't have a green engine 1 pump. And Cat 3 single only is possible. PTU is running, ignition is on, center tank is feeding via gravity. Okay, that's all fine. So, right, we need to get ourselves back to the airport, because we do need to land as soon as possible. So, activate approach phase. Let's get to the flight plan, and let's set a new destination. So, new destination. ESSA for our lander. Go. We're going to clear the discontinuity and go direct our lander, and now we're going to choose our arrival. We want to arrive at runway ILS for 19er right. That'll do. And we want to do it via... Actually, no star. That's fine. We'll just insert. We'll manually navigate ourselves back to there. Okay, right. So let's get a look at this flight plan now. And let's get the altitude back under control. I want to be back at 3,000 feet. I'm going to do an open descent. Okay, let's see if we can get the aircraft back to where it's supposed to be and land the thing. Oh, isn't this exciting? So, status page is remaining up. I think I can actually take that away. Yeah, there we go. So, I've got the option to bring the engine instruments back up again. But there we go. Now, what I would like to do, there would normally be some supplementary checklists via that are paper-based, and they would tell you to do some supplementary actions after you've gotten everything back under control and all of the warnings are off. I, of course, don't have those, but there are certain things that I know that I would want to do. Let's just keep this turn coming around until we intercept something useful. And one thing I would like to do is I would like to start the APU, because I want to get a secondary source of power in the event that we were to lose the right engine as well. Because right now, everything is running off of the right engine. We don't have any secondary sources of power. So because of that, I'm going to press the master for the APU. There we go. We've now got the APU page up. And I'm going to press start. And that will get us our additional power source in the form of the APU. There we go. That's us intercepting the arrival for our lander. Right, it failed back to manual mode. Why is it doing that? Let's see if we can get it to intercept. There we go. Yeah, because I really want to get back to the airport. That would be a good idea. So, APU is started. It's available, and the APU generator is online. So that's good news, because if I go to the electric page now instead of generator 1, the left engine, we now have the APU generator supplying that bus. So we're now kind of, back in a fairly normal position. And if I look at bleed air, we would now have the option of connecting the APU as another bleed source, but I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it because we don't care too much about the pressurization. We are, after all, going home to land. Okay, so we're going to keep that altitude coming down. I'm going to turn on landing system mode so that we're ready when it's time for that. So yeah, big red letters, land ASAP. Seems like good advice. So what are we doing with regards to this flight plan? I'm going to tell it to do a direct from here. Go. There we go. Excellent. It's now actually re-intercepting. Good stuff. So, the aircraft is pretty much flying itself as of right now, which is good. I let it fly for far too long just on a heading. Oh, actually, that's Stockholm. Huh. Yeah, we're actually overhead Stockholm right now. So I did fly quite a bit further south, I guess, than what I really wanted to, but that's fine. I can see my house from here. So we're going to continue to return to the airport. Quick look at the overhead. You can see what's going on here. Yep, crossfeed is open. Engine 1 hydraulic pump is off. Generator 1 is off. Actually, I'm going to turn that to off so that light goes away. Oops. Yeah, I know about that. I just did it clear. There we go. That's gone. Are there any other warnings? We are apparently still on fire, which is, of course, in the real world that would be very, very bad news, because we'd probably eventually burn through the wing. But luckily this is the simulator, and so it doesn't care. We can be on fire for as long as we want. And I'd be very surprised if that was something that would or could happen in real life. I'm pretty sure if you dumped both bottles into the aircraft, then it's going to go out. Okay, so we've been in the air for 12 minutes now. Very much would like to get this bad boy on the ground. So I'm going to hit recall. Bloody hell. Yes, calm down. just to very quickly check over all of this, make sure that we have carried out all the actions. So engine 1 fire, we've notified ATC. Clear. Electric generator 1 is off. Clear. Hydraulic green, engine 1 pump, low pressure. Yep. Engine 1 shut down. Yep. And then we confirm our electrical situation. It's now a lot better actually because we have the APU. Bleed. Yep, we know we're running on a single bleed. That's fine. And brakes. I don't know why it's complaining about the brakes, because I do not see any messages on the wheels page. But who knows, maybe as we slow down, and because right now the left engine is windmilling. As you can see, it's still turning at about 20%. It's probably still running certain services, and that will stop.
Altimeter setting.
Okay, baro set. Okay, and let's set this altitude for 2,500. That should be good for intercepting the ILS. Okay, and we have the airfield in sight. So we're going to pass the airfield. The airfield will pass us on the left, and then we're going to turn around and get lined up. And I'm landing on the right-hand runway this time because it's closer to the terminal. I don't know if that's what they would do in real life. Okay, let's go through the checklist. Okay, approach checklist. External lights are on, seatbelt sign is on, LS mode has been pushed, pressurization is checked, ECAM status, well, we've got lots of those. Okay, landing checklist. Once the gear is down, we'll set the taxi light on, we'll set the missed approach, we'll arm the spoilers, and we'll check the landing memo and ensure there is no blue. Okay, and we're approaching our preset altitude for intercepting the ILS. Oh, I should adjust the tilt on my weather radar. There. That's correct. Set TCAS to below mode. Give priority to lower aircraft. There we go. Our radio altimeter has come alive. And rudder trim. Rudder trim is currently showing 0. I assume when I take manual control I'm going to need some rudder input, but we'll worry about that when it happens. Okay, so we're going to land using ILS on runway 19 or right, and we're going to stop on the runway, or at least try to. Everything looks pretty good up here. with the exception of the big red firelight. Like I said, that's the first time I've actually had that happen. The last time I played around with this, the engine fire did in fact go out. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. So, as you can see, this is a fairly benign kind of failure. We're flying on one engine. We seem to have plenty of power in order to do that. This aircraft is quite heavy. I took off with 9.5 tons of fuel, a full passenger load, and something like 4 tons of cargo. So the aircraft was not light on takeoff, and yet we're flying perfectly happily on one engine. We are sort of drifting left of course, but I'm not too worried about that. I'll maybe feed in a little bit of right rudder trim. In fact, it won't let me do that while I'm on autopilot, so that's fine, I'll just leave that alone. In the real aircraft, the autopilot is supposed to feed some rudder trim, up to a certain limit, I forget what. And then it continuously updates it, right up until you turn the autopilot off, and then you need to do it manually, but I'm guessing that's not implemented yet. The real Airbus is rather clever. Okay, we're coming around. I might actually just put it straight into approach mode now, and let the aircraft pick up the localizer and glide slope. Okay, and I'm going to go flaps 1. And I'm going to bring the speed down. I'm going to manually control it for now, actually. Let's get the speed down to, let's go 150 for now. And let's go flaps 2. Okay, we're at 7.5 miles from touchdown. Okay, so we have speed mode, altitude waiting for glide slope, nav waiting for localizer. Speed's coming down. We're going to drop the gear. And go flaps 3. Landing light on. Gonna go auto brake medium. Ground spoilers armed. And I want to bring up the wheels page and just see if there are any warnings about the wheels. All of the spoilers are available, and auto brake medium is confirmed, so I don't see any warnings there. It looks like it should be okay. We're not descending. Okay, right, this looks like a problem. Let's disengage autopilot. We're going to go flaps full, and I'm going to take manual control. Okay, and let's bring up the performance page. 1026. Okay, so approach is 130, so we need to plus 5 to that, so we're going to go 135. There. And I'm going to continue to use the auto throttle, but I'm going to manually fly. Okay, I guess this would be scaring the passengers a little bit, but as long as we get there, it's okay. see if we can pick up the localizer. Okay, I know autoflight is off. Let's clear that message. Cabin check. Okay, so cabin okay. Everyone's screaming. Right, let's see if we can do this. Okay. Approach is actually fairly stable.
Too
Speed.
high.
Yep, we're too high. Speed is a little bit high as well. Let's see if we can get it under control.
Think rate.
Too high. Too high.
500. Think rate. Think rate.
Not the best approach to land ever, but we're getting it back under control. There we go. 3
Unstable.
white.
Unstable.
I disagree. I think we're okay.
Think rate. Think rate. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 5.
We'll just ignore the other aircraft coming the other way. Okay, we're on the rollout. Needing quite a bit of rudder input just to keep it on the center line, but we've got it. Okay, gonna go manual braking now. Notice that I didn't engage the reversers. That's because I didn't want asymmetric thrust. There we go, we are stopped, and I have the warning brakes hot. So let's pop on the brake fan. Okay. And let's just put it on the chocks so I don't need to hold the brakes. Because it suggests that when brakes are hot you don't use the parking brake. Okay, so we're on the chocks. Aircraft is stopped. So, there you go. That actually wasn't particularly exciting. Fairly normal landing, just a bit more rudder input than normal. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. A quick demonstration of one of the possible failure conditions that you can set up using the new failures module in Flight Factor's A320 Ultimate. This is version 0.11.2 of the aircraft, and I'm doing this in X-Plane 11.35, if anybody's interested in trying this out themselves. I hope you enjoyed all of that, and I'll see you all next time.